I'm watching. I've got a bowl of shreddies, dry shreddies, because I want to snack on them. I'm watching Sam Colby at the Lizzie Borden House. Yeah. So yeah, join me for this adventure, and hopefully we all have a good time. Hello, good evening. Yeah.
Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks.
Oh, lovely.
When she saw what she had done,
she gave her mother 41. Love that.
Allegedly, on August 4th, 1890.
Hey, Amy. So this is the Lizzie Borden House, another place from my bucket list. Obviously, the famous Lizzie Borden axe murders took place here, which I'm sure they'll talk about in a second. But yeah, it's a great place.
92, Lizzie Borden killed her stepmom with an axe.
We come into this world screaming, and most of us go out screaming.
The entire light disappeared, just like a giant, big object moved.
You're stronger than this thing is. It can't touch you unless you.
This, of course, is the same psychic from the Queen Mary episode. In fact, this is everybody from the Queen Mary episode except for dang Matt Smith. So it's very similar to yesterday's episode, which is good.
Let it touch you.
What the fuck?
Did you see that?
All signs point to Lizzie as the murderer, but a lot of people don't talk about the maid, Maggie.
There is a spiritual war going on 24/7 between good and evil.
All of us, when we least expect it, are gonna die.
What's up, guys? It's Sam Colby.
Today we are here with Katrina, Stas, and our new friend Amanda.
Don't know who she is, but she's also here.
Bueno.
Who is actually a medium.
Hey you guys, my name is Amanda Ray, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a medium, which means that I can see and speak to people who have passed on. This has been something that I've been doing since before I was even really able to speak.
She can see and talk to dead people, which is fantastic because tonight we're staying overnight at the most famous.
I feel like this is a very brave outfit to wear to one of the most haunted houses in America. It's just a brave outfit to wear in general, but it's not really what I'd consider prime ghost hunting apparel, shall we say.
U.S. unsolved murder mystery house, the Lizzie Borden House.
Yeah!
Woo! We're about to go through the entire house and do it a whole tour and everything like that, but in order to do this whole video justice, you guys got to realize how insane this story is. I think the best place to start would be Lizzie Borden's grave.
That's here?
A minute down the road.
All right, let's go.
Oak Grove Cemetery.
Closed from dusk till dawn. All right, guys, we are in the graveyard right now. Totally forgot that it was super late already and that there's 1,000 graves in here. And there's cops coming, great.
Yeah, we have to find the entire Borden family.
I think. Oh,
Terry.
Will be locked and closed from dusk till dawn. I mean, that does not look locked, and it looks like it's definitely past dusk, and it definitely doesn't look like it's dawn yet.
Closed from dusk till dawn. All right, guys, we are in the graveyard right now. Totally forgot that it was super late already and that there's 1,000 graves in here. And there's cops coming, great.
Yeah, we have to find the entire Borden family.
I think this is it right there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she was buried next to her sister, and then there's AJ Borden. That's Andrew Borden, her parent. Alice was one of the sisters, and then there's Emma, And that's Lizzie's right there. We're about to go take a tour of the Lizzie Borden house, but before we do that, I'm just gonna give you the spark notes really quick. So basically there was a Christian girl named Lizzie Borden living in her house with her sister. She had a stepmom and her father, and all of the entire family did not get along whatsoever. However, the parents were super rich, so of course Lizzie was wondering where that inheritance would go to, who's gonna get the money pretty much.
She was very scared that the stepmom would actually end up getting that inheritance and all the property and everything like that. So she knew she had to do something about that. So allegedly, on August 4th, 1892, Lizzie Borden waited until her dad left the house, went upstairs, and killed her stepmom with an axe. Axed her 19 times in a very brutal murder, and then waited for her dad to get back and did the same thing to him.
The only other person at the house during the time of the murders was a maid named Bridget Sullivan, but they called her Margaret or Maggie. But for some reason in trial, she stuck up for Lizzie, and they ended up both getting off scot-free and living the rest of their lives, not having to go to jail whatsoever.
No consequences at all. This is still an unsolved mystery to this day, but there is a lot of evidence that shows why Lizzie Borden was in fact the person that killed her parents. And then what we're trying to figure out today is why would Maggie, the maid, lie on the stand and basically vouch for Lizzie in these murders?
I'm sure one of the things I've read about the Lizzie Borden case says that they were in a forbidden relationship, but that could be wrong.
More importantly, how did the cops not realize that it was Lizzie when honestly there was a lot of evidence where they could figure it out?
For example, a couple days before this happened, Lizzie told her friend that something was about to happen to her father, and she attempted to buy cyanide at a store.
There's another fact where literally it's rumored that Lizzie's dad killed her pigeons with a hatchet in her basement, and what murder weapon did Lizzie choose to murder them? Quote unquote, a hatchet.
Basically, all signs point to Lizzie as the murderer, but a lot of people don't talk about the maid, Maggie. So hopefully we can talk to the dead, get some answers, and figure out why this place is so haunted. Amanda, do you think you could talk to these people?
Well, I mean, the whole reason that I'm here is because a lot of YouTubers use equipment like dowsing rods, things like that they say work. You guys took it one step further and found somebody who can actually communicate straight with the dead.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm super excited.
She came here on this trip without knowing anything. She specifically asked not to know the information. And when we first pulled up to do the intro, what did you see?
The woman came out to greet us. She called herself Margaret.
Oh!
And so I asked you guys, I was like, do you guys know anything about a Margaret? Like, is that connected to this house?
Yeah.
And you go, no. And then we're at dinner and we find out the maid, Bridget, went by Margaret or Maggie.
Maggie.
The maid.
So, Little Miss Psychic here, I can't remember her name, is already chatting with the maid from the Lizzie Borden house. Seems really weird as well that they get there and the ghost maid just walks out to be like, hello, welcome to our house, how's it going, I'm Maggie. I just don't trust psychics.
The one who took care of the house, she saw walk out of the house already. Like, again, blows my mind to actually see dead people, but that was the first thing she saw without knowing any information about this place. Did you feel anything next to Lizzie's grave?
Everywhere I go, like grocery stores, doctor's offices, everyone living has dead people with them. Your loved ones are following you around, they're always with you. Graveyards, they're not sitting here waiting for you to come and visit their grave, they're out with their family members.
You alright? How's it going? Cool. So everybody, you've got family members around you right now. I hope that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. You know, just think your family are always with you, following you around. Yeah, bit dodgy that really. I had a bath earlier.
Margaret's through that window.
Wait, what? This one?
This purple one right here.
She's just staring at you?
Oh, she just walked that way. That would be rude. Staring's rude. She was standing there like she was waiting for us to come in.
What do they look like?
They look like living people.
Was it like
Come
a
on
blurry
in.
sort of thing, or it's like a
No,
script
it's like
so you
for
see?
a second I thought that she was a real person. Living people feel different than dead people do.
Yeah.
So when I looked at her, I was like, oh, that's Margaret.
All right, let's go in.
I think we're the top floor too. Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, a creepy door.
Oh, of course. I believe this place is. Is this now a bed and breakfast? Do I believe? Why do I think this place is now a B&B? Yeah, it feels a bit weird, that. Yeah, so it's now this house is now a bed and breakfast, which is interesting. But yeah, no, the idea of my relatives just like floating about near me while I'm doing shit, not keen on that. Like, sat on the toilet and my granddad's just lingering nearby, like, not overly pleased.
In the wall already.
I just heard that. I just heard that.
Already. Shit happens when you bring people like me here. It's like a lighthouse.
That's the room of one of the murders right there.
This is Lizzie's room.
This is Lizzie's room?
This is Lizzie's room.
Is this the maid's room?
That's where we're about to go right now, upstairs.
Somebody used to, like, rooms were switched.
So we're going up to the attic right now.
Which is apparently the most haunted place.
And also Maggie's room.
Whoa, I feel it in my head already.
Actually?
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
Pressure. There's a lot of regret in this room. That's the woman that I saw coming into the house that stepped outside.
That's Maggie,
Maggie.
who literally lied on the court stand to protect Lizzie, aka guilt.
I would like to keep going, but I can tell you Lizzie did not kill her parents.
Whoa, that is a big
That's crazy.
accusation.
It's a big claim to make as you first walk in.
So this is the official tour?
This is the official tour.
We're getting a tour from...
Okay.
Before we
Let's see
start,
Doughboy
Jack, can you
taking for a
give a
tour.
little introduction who you are?
I'm Jack Sheridan. Been here this 4th of July will be 11 years. I need a volunteer.
Want to do it?
Yeah.
Shaw.
Okay.
Shaw.
Act like you're making the bed and do a good job. Don't disappoint us. Abby was up here making this bed, and they did have a housekeeper, Bridget Sullivan. They called her Maggie. They didn't actually trust Maggie enough to let her up into the 2nd floor. You're supposed to be making the bed. See, you're disappointed.
I'm not
me
getting
already.
paid enough.
Come on, Amanda, let's go.
Maggie isn't allowed in the 2nd floor, so this left bed making to the Borden women. Whoever kills Abby is gonna come up that front flight of stairs. There's no defensive wounds on her body whatsoever, which would lead us to believe she probably recognized her killer. She took 18 to 20 blows to her head, so her killer was undoubtedly angry.
Do you know what object was used for the murder?
More than likely an axe. They never proved it to be the weapon used. Why don't you come down here, Mrs. Borden? That first blow would have entered the side of her head and it would have spun her around so she's facing the wall. Then she probably fell to her knees. That was one blow, so we'll have another 17, 18 to go. She goes down like that was all. Then
Let's just point out this man has a Lizzie Borden tattoo on the back of his neck. He has a tattoo there that says Lizzie with an axe underneath.
probably fell to her knees. That was one blow, so we'll have another 17, 18 to go. She goes down like Joe Frazier and lights out for her. She would be there for 60 to 90 minutes before Andrew returned and would die a similar fate. You were lovely, thank you very much.
Yeah! Woo!
You can see her head is just demolished there.
Oh, fucking
We're talking
hell.
about John Morse on the wall. It kind of looks like the love child of Will Ferrell and Abe Lincoln,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, a
You
little
said
bit.
Abe Lincoln, that's what I thought.
He showed up here August 3rd, and he spent the night before the murder in this room. He agreed to meet Andrew back here later in the day. On his way back, he took a trolley. On that brief trolley ride here, he did commit to memory the name of the 2 horses pulling the trolley and the name of all 6 passengers, because that's what you do when you get in the form of mass transit. You remember the name of 6 strangers and a couple horses, right? Does that make sense?
That's
We've
random.
all
He
done
gets
it.
off the trolley in front of the house here, and he sees police everywhere, going in and out both the front and back door. You think he would have said, "My dear niece Lizzie, what happened? Is she okay?" He doesn't. He just kind of comes up the side of the house here, goes to a pear tree, pulls a few pears down and begins eating them until the Fall River police approach him, ask him who he is, what he's doing here. However, there is about 90 minutes of this man's day that we just couldn't verify his whereabouts. Wasn't a big fan of Andrew. He felt his nieces should have been married off. They should have children. They should be enjoying electricity. Andrew wouldn't put electricity in the house. Andrew was a very wealthy man. In today's money, it'd be worth over $3 million. Lizzie's room
That
is
is a
right
lot of
through
money.
here.
Just to catch everybody up really quick, you said you saw a couple people before we
Yeah.
even started.
Yeah, they're throwing out the... He committed on this public transit journey he committed to memory. I must admit, I thought he was going to go down a slightly different route. I was going to say, I've not heard of that tale. That would have been weird.
Started filming this video. One was Maggie, Bridget Sullivan, but another one.
Step forward. So I was in the shower this morning. There was a woman in the bathroom with me. Her name was Addie. I don't want to do any research, so I was asking you, who's Addie? Like, what does this mean for the case? It's Abby.
Abby.
You told me, and Abby was the stepmother. Here's the part where I don't understand. She told me that she ran. Also, before I ever came in the house and you guys came back, I was like, who's Margaret? Margaret said money wasn't worth it.
Money wasn't worth it, so she's guilty.
So now I'm wondering, because later you guys told me that she lied on the stand. I believe the uncle killed him.
John Morris.
John Morris. I also wrote down Morris this morning.
Before she knew anything.
She didn't know anything.
Again,
And so far, John Morris, the uncle.
Google, Wikipedia, page 1. Wikipedia, welcome. Hello. Axe murders. No, I want a specific axe murder. But okay, where's the Lizzie Borden axe murder? Fine, whatever. Like, it's here. Andrew, Abby, Lizzie, John, Borden's maid, Bridget, Maggie, Sullivan. Like, all of the details are very clearly written in the first line of this. It's a very valid point. Like, it's all here. So it's not like she's plucked this out of thin air. You type in the name Lizzie Borden on the internet and it all comes up. All the details, the investigation. It's like, it's not shocking information. You can find it on the first page of Wikipedia.
Uncle was very suspicious. She doesn't believe that Lizzie killed her parents, and then also saying that Margaret feels super guilty, and that the money that she might have been paid off to lie on the stand wasn't worth it.
I
You felt
believe
regret as soon as you went upstairs.
that's literally what, and I didn't know it was Margaret's room, Maggie's room.
Oh
So
my God.
that's like why I believe that I'm kind of on the right track, and especially with more coming through. Morse. Sorry, I'm gonna say more because that's what I heard the first time, and that's what stuck in my head. So if I say more, it's John Morse, the uncle.
John Morris is the killer.
No doubt. And okay, here's the other thing that I've been waiting to ask him.
So, I don't like this woman. Look, I did skim some of the comments before. I have not because I've already forgotten her name. What's she called? Well, I'm 11 minutes in, that's fine. Amanda V. Ray. Amanda Holden. This is the YouTube channel of Mackie and Amanda. This is Mackie Albertson and Amanda Ray, two friends that can see and communicate with spirits. And on this channel they investigate the most haunted locations and the creepiest spots. Amanda's personal channel, with only 2 videos in it. I mean, I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me move it down a bit there. That is not a title that I expected to read. I mean, they've been to a few, you know, relatively known places. With relatively famous people. So the title there is Our most unexplainable alien encounters. Were we abducted? I'm going to do the unthinkable and subscribe purely so I've actually got that saved for later, because I might watch a couple of their videos another day and get a feel for them.
I told you to literally write down what in the other room. Butcher knife. More butcher knife. I just can't shake this butcher knife thing out of my head.
So one thing I will say is I don't believe that a murder weapon was ever found. I could be wrong. I'm just going to skim, give me a second. They believe it was a hatchet. Yep. 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 I agree with you, Amy. So it was a hatchet-like weapon, which realistically is anything with a blade, I guess. Could a kitchen knife be a hatchet-like weapon? Maybe.
Lizzie's bedroom.
You were right. She literally called it that this was Lizzie's bedroom without knowing.
This was Emma's bedroom. It's more like they had one big room they shared. When they were younger, they were kind of flip-flop.
Like rooms were switched.
Okay, that's crazy. Because I don't think that's on
the murderer was said to come up as...
I mean, specifically, that's not on the Wikipedia page that the rooms were switched. That could be common knowledge on the internet. I haven't even read the wiki page.
Staircase. You can literally see the dead body from the stairs. Like, they could just look in and just already know that somebody was dead.
Meaning, anyone were to come up these stairs during the murder happening, they would have seen it.
Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying.
This is the room where Lizzie was actually arrested. If you look up there on the wall, you see a picture of Lizzie's jury. They're all male. They're all Caucasian. Women weren't allowed to sit in juries then. Women were
when was the stabby that actually 1892. So that was a while ago. 1892, Lizzie Borden would have been 32. She was born in the 1860s, so she'd have been 32. Died at age 66. And she was the only suspect. No one else was charged for the murders, and she was ostracised by the community but stayed in the area for the rest of her life.
treated awfully, actually. I'm fairly certain if I were a woman in the 19th century that I would have killed every man I met.
I already want to do that.
Yeah. Can't blame you at all. I just hope I'm not one of them. But at any event, her jury, they sat for that photograph, framed it, and all 12 of them signed the back of it and gave it to her as a gift.
What?
Yeah, that really says a lot, doesn't it?
Why do you think they would have done that?
I don't know. I think it was Don't Forget Us, maybe.
We did you a favor
Like
type of thing?
Yeah, there was some racial animosity in this trial. Lizzie was an English Protestant woman. 11 of her jurors were English Protestant. The police that arrested her were Irish Catholic. History of the Irish and the English is,
Brutal.
It was certainly an issue in the case. When you had a gap...
Well, the maid, I believe, was Irish. This is a song called You Can't Chop Your Papa Up in Massachusetts. What's that sound like then? You can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts. There it is. also known as Lizzie Borden by the child Michael Trick. Right, we're going to give this a listen.
Elizabeth Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. And when the job was nicely done, she gave her father 41. Yesterday in Old Fall River, Mr. Andrew Borden died, and he got his daughter Lizzie on a charge of homicide. Some folks say she didn't do it, and others say of course she did. But they all agree Miss Lizzie B was a problem kind of kid. 'Cause you can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts, not even if his plan is a surprise. A surprise! No, you can't chop your papa up in Massachusetts. You know how neighbors love to criticize. Got him on the sofa where he'd gone to take a snooze, and I hope he went to heaven 'cause he wasn't wearing shoes. Lizzie kinda rearranged him with a hatchet, so they say. Then she got her mother in that same old-fashioned way. But you can't chop your mama up in Massachusetts, not even if you're tired of her cuisine. Her cuisine, no, you can't chop your mama up in Massachusetts. To know it's almost sure to cause a scene. Well, they really kept her.
So that is a that is a song. That is a song. Yeah. I don't hate it. It's quite catchy. I want to know what year. That was from the 1960s. I quite liked that.
Gathering, someone would sing, someone would play a piano. It was rather pleasant, but you can see the name of the song. You can't chop up your papa in Massachusetts, and it's a real song.
No way.
And yeah, absolutely. Dining room is right through here. That is Abby's head. They removed her hair. They counted 18 to 20 blows. I mean, that's not a random act of violence.
No way.
That's Andrew. They kind of
It's an act
focus
of
on that
passion.
with your eyes for a minute to really make sense of it, but you can see the coach. Let's go out there and we talk about Andrew's death a little bit.
She's sitting
It's
right
here,
there.
right? Yeah, yeah. You want to hold that axe up? Hold it right above her head.
Okay.
Now
Slowly.
with one hand, just bring it down. It's not real. Do it like you mean it. Yeah, there you go. But that's gonna pull blood, brain, bone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a hot mess, right? You
I
guys
would
wanna
not
go
be
up to the
comfortable
third
laying
floor?
there while someone stood
Sure.
over
All
your
right,
neck.
let's do it.
Dude, I don't know about you, but every single person sounds fishy as hell. Bridget Sullivan, Maggie is doing the windows while this all happens and the doors are magically locked. Lizzie apparently just couldn't hear anything, like couldn't hear any murders happening. It's like everybody has something, a part of this story that we've heard that just doesn't add up.
The uncle sounds suspicious. Definitely Bridget Sullivan would have known this would happen. No wonder it got acquitted, because there's so many stories. Also, Bridget and Lizzie, obviously, from what he said, took a very, very long time to actually report this to the police.
And why did it take the cops so long to show up?
2 days for them to actually go in and like investigate everything.
Does that mean the bodies were left here for that long?
I think they got the bodies like that day, but like they didn't do a whole investigation until the 6th.
It makes no sense to me, man.
That's weird. When was the...
We are in the attic, which looked nothing like this when the
August 4th.
Bordens lived here. That was Bridget Sullivan's room. With that door closed, you can imagine how cold it got in the winters and how hot it got in the summers. I'm just gonna have a seat because I'm old and overweight.
During the trial, Maggie stood up for...
Yeah, she testified to Lizzie's innocence. 10 years later, she is discovered in the great state of Montana. She bought a ranch. She bought a ranch and filled it up with horses. This woman is an Irish immigrant, a housekeeper by trade, who can't even read. Where did she get that money?
Bridget Sullivan, Maggie, was paid off. There was a lot of money involved with this Borden family, obviously. Biggest culprits right now are John Moore.
Didn't the psychic woman, medium, whatever, say earlier that she thought that Maggie said not enough money? Or not worth the money or something like that?
course, Lizzie Borden and or Bridget Sullivan, Maggie herself, because she felt so like regretful and was like lied and always changed her stories like on the stands and on the trials. Like everybody here is agreeing that she was probably paid off. It doesn't make any sense. And again, she was around the house like when these happened. Like, there's so many things that is like, she knew that they were gonna die that night.
So what is this, the kids' room you said?
We call it the kids' room, yeah. People flee this house in the middle of the night, which actually happens a lot.
Have you ever heard any stories? Like, did they tell you?
From being touched, having blankets ripped off of them.
Oh my God.
This room and the room Abby was murdered in, that really seem to be the rooms that send people packing late at night.
That's great.
So it's your room, Kat?
No, I'm not sleeping in this room.
This is where everybody seems to think those children are residing, whether it's children jumping on a bed or pulling someone's blankets off or playing with toys in the middle of the night. You feel your bed moving at night. I mean,
that's great. I don't want to be laying here and then feel like somebody.
Oh, right.
I mean, yeah, ghost kids. Not a fan of ghost kids, especially not if I'm in bed asleep, and then you see like some creepy ass ghost kid in the corner of the room. Nah, no good.
You know what I mean?
They were people at one point.
There's nothing wrong with being dead. All of us, when we least expect it, are gonna die. We come into this world screaming, and most of us go out screaming, right? Yeah. Death isn't easy.
Okay. That's
a crazy quote.
This is morbid.
On that happy note, should we continue our tour?
Do you think Abby went out screaming too?
Abby lost consciousness immediately. The
See,
brain
that's
was destroyed.
Contradicted everything. That was just.
I mean, yeah, Abby would have been like. You gotta wonder, would she have been screaming? Because if she was just like smacked in the head almost instantly, probably not. But then, if you see someone swinging an axe on you or at you, you might. I mean, I'd probably. Someone's swinging an axe. Oh no. That sort of thing.
Okay, so Jack, our guy, just talked to us about this room, which is one of the most haunted and crazy rooms. A lot of people run out of this room screaming at night and can't stay the night because of this room. It's because the Bordens apparently had like cousins. All the kid cousins were murdered by the parents. This is one of the rooms that we have rented out and we get to stay in, and he literally said like, yeah, it's the most crazy.
Why does all the Borden family like have murders in their like history?
Like so many Borden people. I thought it was just like the one thing. So many people.
I'm sure they've since become friends with one of the Bordens. He was on their can't remember what, but on one of them.
Will have like murder in their history. Guys, we're going to the basement.
Wait, what?
Fun with the demon? She just said have fun with the demon. A lot of guests do not actually get to come down here, and this is where the murder weapon was stowed.
This is a cistern. This is a lot like the cistern that that woman next door drowned her children in, right?
Oh.
If you look up there, you'll see that pipe with those gruesome stains coming out of it.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Right. That's 19th century rainwater. If you hold your camera up, right, and you take a picture with the flash on, sometimes people will see a face on the wall looking back at them.
Horrible.
Nose, mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where?
It does.
I mean, I see it. Yeah, okay, I see it, but that's not paranormal. That's just... There's a sort of weird matrixing face of
I see that. It was not...
It surprises me that they would put the murder weapon in the house still. But the blade was found there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was found here.
Yeah, he did just say that, didn't he? Yeah.
That's what's so odd to me.
I think time was of an issue. Lizzie's best friend, Alice Russell, walks into the kitchen and she sees Emma standing in the kitchen and she sees Lizzie go into the closet there. Lizzie pulls out a blue dress that has dark stains on it. She says, "I am never wearing this again." And Emma says, "Yeah, just get rid of it." So she puts it in the stove and burns it. Alice sees this, and her first reaction is pretty much OMG. She goes to the police and proceeds to throw Lizzie under the bus.
So dark stains,
get stitches, right?
big blood stain on her dress.
Obviously, I was talking to this witch again.
Where was the fire? Super importante. That was when I came into your guys' room at 1:30 to check out. I read you my notes and I said, where was the fire in the Lizzie Borden house? That's very important.
Fast forward to the trial. The woman who made the dress, she says that Lizzie was wearing the dress in question the day Andrew had the house painted dark green. After the trial, she did buy that seamstress a house. That was nice, right? People just buy you a house?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Not a bribe at all.
Yeah. Weird.
A lot of people feel really, really frightened.
Tattoo girl. I think she was the caretaker. Yeah, I think she was the caretaker.
I did have one instance. I was up in Bridget Sullivan's room, and I had a larger tour. And I heard like laughter from like a little guy, you know, boy, girl, you couldn't tell, must have been age 5 or under. I ended my tour in this room, took a look at my crowd and went, okay, no youngsters in here. And so that was the only experience I had that I can't entirely rationalize.
And you guys have just like a real hatchet here for any specific reason?
We do. I brought that.
Yeah, just random.
I was just wondering. That's it.
Well, pick it back up. That's what I want everybody to do. I want you to pick it up and feel the weight of it.
Yeah.
And see how easy it would be, you know, to inflict that type of damage.
5-year-old could kill someone.
So many people tell me that women just aren't strong enough to inflict that kind of damage. I'm like,
you want to try it?
When you pick it up, you can see just how easy it would be to just pulverize someone's skull.
That's the thing. Once you get it to that point, gravity does the rest. So if there's a skull there and you've got your axe up here, you could do that easily. Yeah, I bought that because we've now locked all the doors. Enjoy.
Why do you think Maggie would have lied on the stand for Lizzie other than just the money? Or do you think that's
enough?
That's it.
Is that the main reason?
I mean, what's the #1 motivating factor for murder in every first world nation dating back to the Roman Empire?
Money.
Power and money.
Money. Is she a Capricorn? I'm just kidding.
Cool. I think we're going to start this investigation then.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This whole house.
My pleasure.
No, he kind of smells. No, I'm just kidding. I was looking. No, he kind of smells.
Yes, there is some sort of orb there, yeah. Let's get a little frame by frame. Moving in front of the woman in the middle. Still moving past the centre of her chest, over her left shoulder, and then past the rocking chair. And directly into the toy chest.
I was looking at something.
What are you looking at? Are the kids over here?
There's one that sits behind the chest. That's the little boy. So the reason I wanted to come in here is because who doesn't prefer children to adults? They're just much kinder. They're much more pure souls. These kids, they've never known love. They've never known kindness. They've never had friends. I'm not going to talk to you guys. I'm going to talk to the kids directly. I want you guys to know that we're friends. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to bother you. We're just here to communicate with you. You have all of these toys in this room. This is one of our own toys, so feel free to mess with it. I brought you in the doll from the other room, the bear that you wanted. We might walk around the room. If I see you in a specific corner, like you guys are sitting in the chair over there, you don't have to come out from behind the chest until you feel that you want to. We're here with love and light. We hope that you feel the same thing.
Sorry? You what? Whoa, what? Well, no, hang on a minute. What's her hair doing up there in the first place?
Come out from behind the chest until you feel like you want to.
Yeah, she's just moved her head and the hair's fallen down.
Same thing.
Yeah, nah, not convinced.
Is he scared of anybody in the room?
But there was an orb. And again, I'm not a believer in orbs. But but there was an orb that moved with her hair. There, you can just see it moving down in the middle of the screen. Okay,
Is he scared of anybody?
Intrigued.
In the room?
You make him a little bit nervous.
I do?
Yeah, you
Is it
do.
because of my dashing good looks?
It's all your tats, dude.
I know that your mom didn't treat you the best, but I can see that you take good care of your sister. We're looking out for each other. We want to be here for each other. We want to be here for you. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
Just a little knock. They often knock. They'll do little taps. I'm gonna put it back under because I know you're under there. Please don't freak out or be scared. None of this is harmful. None of it's gonna hurt you. 1.4, 1.8. Bro, you can't go all the way back. My arms are not that long. He loves this teddy bear that I brought in. It keeps going up to like the 1 point something.
Why aren't we getting video evidence of these numbers?
You see it shoot up to 1.2 when
No,
I put it
I
up.
can't see a fucking thing.
Wants to play with the ball? Like if Colby does it?
Colby's gonna roll the ball to you.
Also, there could very much just be like an electrical wire behind. There's a very old-looking plug socket there. And given that I don't think American plug sockets have grounded wires, that could very easily be just live electricity radiating out, which is why as she moves this sort of way, it spikes.
Gently. Not so it goes under.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it gently. Ready? Here we go. Whoop!
That was not gently.
Yahoo!
It went up to 0.7 when it passed through.
Wow.
Can you send it back?
If that thing now shoots out.
Oh my god!
What?
It's moving. The ball's just moved.
Did you see that?
No?
It's still moving.
Can you try sending it back again?
Here, Eliza. It will
No, camera, ball.
Okay,
Keep it on.
fuck, dude. I didn't know.
1.9, 1.5.
Wait, ask him to move it again. He likes it.
Okay. Eliza, are you able to hit the ball back to our friend Colby?
You got it, Eliza.
Kind of like a game. He's all nervous. You guys are putting so much.
Oh,
you
you
did.
Oh,
You did that.
You did so good.
Sorry, is this a boy? Or is it called is it a girl called Eliza? Now I'm confused.
Like this game.
Nice shot.
All right, Eliza, send it back.
It has stopped.
Eliza, can you send it back to me?
Are any of them like talking to you, or is it more like you're just asking questions?
No, he's nervous. I'm talking to him. He does sometimes. Like he pointed
Is
to
it-
cat when.
Is Eliza Okay, no, to be fair, I will give them that. Eliza is a gender neutral name. Fair enough. In English, it's a female name. But in other origins, it's a male name. Okay, fair enough.
I was gonna pass it to Colby.
Doesn't like.
Can you send it back to me?
Went up to the 80s. He's under the bed. Eliza, 105, 123, 133.
I've not seen a single number
120.
on this screen. This is terrible.
109, 138. I'm gonna bring it out and it's gonna calm down because he's not under there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Has it changed?
Oh my god.
What the?
It could be Elijah. Yeah, American accents, I guess. Yeah.
Dude, think about that, dude.
I have no
He's
idea
still
what
under
to
there. I
say.
can see. All right, Eliza, we're gonna do it one more time just because people are skeptical and we know that you're there. So with my energy, like if this is what it's picking up on is me, I don't go above 26, 27. Hundreds. Bringing it back out. Nothing above the 20s with me. Well, Eliza, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for playing with us.
I don't know if it was like a specific spot underneath this, like that was just like slightly slanted. That definitely moved like a foot or two.
Right when I
underneath
said,
there.
Eliza, can you send it back?
Yeah, boom.
That's when it went back.
Yeah.
It stopped. Like, it was stopped for like 10 seconds.
That's the thing, is like it didn't go and then roll back. It stopped.
And this is why I think they should have multiple cameras. There's 5 of them. There's no logical reason that they shouldn't have 2 angles. So when we did the RAM, we probably went overboard with cameras. There was one point where 4 of us had cameras, it just felt like too much. But then East Drive, which you obviously haven't seen yet, we had, in most instances, we had the main rig camera. And then there was also usually at least one night vision camera in all the setups. Which means that anything that happened that the main camera didn't catch, we've usually always got some sort of secondary to capture it.
And then roll the other direction.
Also, it went like that way. Like,
yeah.
And then back. So like it didn't go like this way, which is where I feel like it's slanted.
Yeah,
it went,
true.
Like, the opposite direction. This is where his head was beaten.
Yeah.
Let me take it away.
Oh my god!
That's sick. Oh my god.
It's going all the way up to 8.5. Can't see it on camera.
That's like right where he laid.
That's where his head was, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I sat there.
Oh, 90s?
Why would it be doing that?
Because he's moving away from me.
Oh, he
That's
was.
why I'm following him.
Are we sure that we're not just following the cabling for this fucking thermostat system? Because I would logically expect the cabling from the thermostat system, which will be electrical and will therefore pick up on this, to be going up the wall basically everywhere she has just been.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Holy shit! Wait, where's he going? Where's he trying to go?
Away from me.
What the fuck?
Dude, what?
Why is he up there?
Because he hates me.
He
Doesn't
hates
like you? He hates that I can see him. Want to see it get worse?
It's going down now that you've been up there.
Don't worry.
Even worse! Oh my god. Next to me?
0. It says 0.
Well, yeah, because you haven't got any live power lines above your ceiling and in your chest. Whereas I'm fairly confident there probably just is in the wall.
Watch
No
this.
energy.
So is he here anymore though?
No, he's getting as far away from me as he possibly can.
Oh, it's way less.
Way
yeah.
less.
And one last time.
It was
That's impressive.
70 right there.
So this dude that had his head caved in, is now what, up in the corner of the room, like doing some fucking Exorcist Spider-Man shit in the corner, just like propped up there trying to get away from her.
Why is he up there though? Why does he leave the room?
Because I don't think he can leave this room.
Oh.
Oh my god. We're not here to like prove anything or debunk anything. We're just like capturing our own experiences. So if
Yeah.
you guys have any opinions,
Or
please let us know.
explanations on why it would only do this in certain places. So
Electric
right now,
wire.
he's over here, behind you. So here, let me put it on you, let me put it on you.
Well, yeah, again, he's
inside of
So that's your energy.
he's not electrical,
His
so
energy.
we're not surprised.
Starts levitating. Just went up to 127.
If we don't know if the equipment really does anything, we just do this the old-fashioned way. Call out, see if we can communicate in any way.
Let's try it.
He's
do it.
obviously here. Why not try to talk to him?
So this is
they
exactly
finally
the spot
blurred it
where he got hacked by who knows what, but
Someone in his family.
Mr.
Why is this shot such a weird colour?
Andrew Borden, if there's absolutely anything you'd love to tell us, we just want to capture your message and show it to the world. So please, if there's anything you want to tell us, please go through Amanda. Let us know.
Also, right, this poor dude's had his head caved in. They've got pictures of his skull caved in that they're just keeping here. A picture of his dead body on the bed. So no wonder he doesn't want to talk to them. They're mocking his dead spirit. As well, from some angles, their logo looks too much like a swastika.
Does anyone have their phone on them? Will you look up if there was... I know that none of them were killed by poison.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a rumor where the parents thought that Lizzie tried to poison them.
So the first thing I wrote down was he knew them, and like now that I'm saying that out loud, I realize that them is a plural.
So it was a plan.
And then the second thing was poison. And he said something more before that, but I wasn't able to make out what came before poison.
It says, before the murders, the entire house had fallen ill. Spoiled mutton was the official cause, but Abby suspected that they had all been poisoned. Can you give us some sort of sign if you were poisoned? Make some sort of noise?
I'm getting like so choked up in here.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. I'm getting like a really like lump in my throat. When I communicate with spirits, if I'm not able to hear them directly, sometimes they make me feel how they felt when they died. Which is, to be honest, the worst part about what I do. I've come across a man.
Would you feel a lump in your throat if you had an axe in your head? I mean, you probably wouldn't be feeling much, to be fair.
Who had metal go through his skull, and I had the most splitting headache. But that's something.
Again, that is what you should have now, because axe to the skull. Headache, not throat ache.
Spirits do, whether or not you can see and speak to them directly,
Or,
to let you know their story.
I'm going to go with dust particles for this, because this building just looks a bit shit and dusty.
Mr. Borden, we know you took Lizzie's pigeons and killed them with a hatchet. What was that all about?
It's because they were vermin.
Vermin?
Vermin, wild animals that are harmful.
I mean, I feel like we should know the definition of vermin without needing to Google it, but
Or
sure.
that carry diseases like rodents, like pests.
Andrew, is there a reason that you stay here?
Orb.
We're gonna leave you alone.
But I
If
just
there's
want to
any
say
last
thank
things
you.
wanna tell us?
Thank you very much. I appreciate whoever you are, everything you've done.
Thank you for following Mike Riley 360.
Anything you want to tell the world, anything you want to get off your chest about the case and or about your life, now is your last and final chance, for us at least.
I feel like he doesn't like us very much.
What's this? Leave?
Leave?
Yeah.
Was that it? That was.
So, do we think potentially if he was killed by his maid and his daughter as a sort of double team, you know, they agreed to kill him, potentially he wouldn't like or trust strange young women that aren't wearing shoes? I mean, firstly, why is she not wearing shoes? But yeah, could that be why he doesn't trust young, sort of independent women? Whereas he was obviously quite strict with his daughters.
The last thing he said, he just wanted us to leave.
Said out. And like, I kind of ignored it because I was like, and he goes, leave.
Brilliant.
Obviously you saw that we went upstairs, we explored and did a little seance thing with the kids upstairs. Then we tried to ask some questions to Mr. Andrew Borden here, but he told us to leave, get out. Cat kind of felt sick in here, so I think we're gonna move on and try to find Miss Margaret Maggie herself, because
Maggie,
I think she's the one that wants to reach out the most here because she feels the most regret.
She's in the dining room where the light just turned on.
The light just turned on?
The light just turned up.
Turned on.
Maggie, we're coming in.
Everything's
You wanna talk?
conveniently
Is she
off
here with us
camera.
right now?
Yeah.
Can you see her?
No, right now I can just feel her. Will you please come sit down in front of the ironing board with us? We'd love to have a conversation, sit down and talk to you. We know that you don't get to tell your story now, so if you want to share with us, now's your opportunity. Make it go up for yes and down for no. I'm hoping that you can get it above 5 for us.
Why, again, you can see and talk to them. Why do we need this? What? I don't know why you...
But we'll see what you're capable of. I think the question that everyone wants to know, so I'm heading with a hard one to begin, is did you have any involvement or knowledge in the death of Andrew and Abby? I always wanted to say Addie, even though I know it's not right.
Abby. Yeah, there's that too.
Was it you that turned this light on in here? You make some sort of noise?
anything you want to tell us, or if you want to show yourself, please give us any sound or sign. Use this device. So show yourself.
Is there anybody in here that wants to talk to us?
There's something else in here right now.
Do you know what it is?
It's not a person.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a good thing. Every spirit in the house is scared. The children.
Where'd this come from?
This came through like when we came in here. And now that's what I'm wondering, if it wasn't Margaret who turned on the light, it was something else that wanted us to come.
So some sort of demonic entity then? Could the children upstairs not actually be children? Although she'd have probably... I don't know why. She'd have sensed it. She's a psychic.
Sit down. The thing that makes me nervous about it is how all the other spirits are reacting to it. This is the first time, the entire time we've been here, this has stayed at 0.
Yeah, it's
Do you guys realize that?
That's true.
Well, is there anything out there that wants to talk to us?
Don't ask. Everything in the house right now is done. Like,
Done?
except for this thing. We should stop.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we're done.
Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad.
Like in this
That's pretty bad.
room bad, or like just in for the night bad?
I think we should stop.
What's it saying? Can you tell us anything?
Like, I've talked to you guys about how there are things that come through who can physically touch us. This thing can physically touch us. Like, this is...
Was that another ghost playing with her hair?
Touch us. This thing can physically touch us.
Or was that just another... I mean, that was gravity. We all know it was gravity, but you know.
Like this.
Seeing as last time they claimed something might have played with her hair, why aren't we doing it again now?
This is the shit that we don't mess with. This is the shit that you don't acknowledge. Don't talk to it. Don't act like it's there.
Something is moving her hair.
I can describe tomorrow what it looks like, but we're not talking about it right now.
She does look genuinely frightened, to be fair to her.
What'd you write down?
What the fuck? Oh my god. The camera battery.
That was fully charged. It said from
So wait, so they have got...
forget God, you're on your own.
Oh my god, no, I have cross on.
Okay, to be fair, that line did give me a slight shiver. But why, if we've had a second camera this entire time, why have we not got any shots from it? But yeah, that line, he said, oh my god, and she said, it said, forget God, you're on your own.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I have
That did send a slight shiver down my spine.
power over this thing. It has no power over us. Don't be scared. You're stronger than this thing is. It can't touch you unless you let it touch you.
I just got really lightheaded. That's great.
You need to leave.
Oh my god.
Out.
Fuck is going on now?
Out.
What the fuck is happening?
You ran up to Abby's room?
That's where it ran. I didn't even think about this being Abby's room, but it left.
It's gone now?
It's gone. It's out.
Why would it just come up here and then leave?
So it was in the dining room and then it just ran up the stairs and then dipped out the windows? Or?
I like chased it.
Oh.
That's what I.
I'm confused. I'm confused. Now she's playing with her watch.
I mean, when like I say that you can't let these things fuck with you. Like, we are the ones in power. Another question people ask me a lot is if I have physical reactions to when spirits come around.
Mm-hmm.
My heart rate normally sits around like 50. Right now it's at 102.
102. Oh shit.
I feel like really like lightheaded.
But she has just sprinted up the stairs. Could that be a deciding factor? Probably.
Comfortable to describe it now that's gone?
I was standing in the corner, up in a corner. Do you remember how I was getting up into the corner with the door? Its limbs are long, has no hands or fingers, like it's just sharp. Its face is completely distorted, its neck is long, and it sits up in the corner.
Oh, I didn't like that. Why have they done... Oh. I just didn't like that being on my screen. Ah. Thank you for those horrific faces that have just, like, scared the shit out of me. Yeah, mine gets up to about 150, I think, going up a flight of fucking stairs. But yeah, no. Oh, I've got a chill down my fucking neck now because those faces were freaky as shit.
Of rooms or down low where you can see it, kind of just up against the wall, and its head was tilted like this, watching all of us.
Holy shit! Like a almost Slenderman sort of like creature.
Yeah. I guess, yes. We're not as tall.
Oh my
Said,
God.
forget God. Said, there's nothing. You're on your own. There's always a spiritual war going on. Like, no matter what religion you believe, Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, Catholics, Jews, there is a spiritual war going on.
I mean, I will say, she's adding a lot to this in terms of creepiness. The whole just randomly bouncing around, going, you know, basically everything she's doing is definitely adding to the spooky factor. But I still don't believe her, is the problem.
4/7 between good and evil. Sometimes the evil kicks ass. Sometimes you gotta kick it back.
Are there any other like spirits here now? Like I know they like went away after that, but
they haven't come back yet. I know they will because this is like where they reside. This is their home. I know that thing doesn't stay here. I know it was here because of what we were doing, and not that we invited anything in, but that's what I mean, where even if you're not doing a seance, even if you're not playing with Ouija boards, things can come in and affect you, and that's why you...
That's interesting. The idea that things aren't necessarily in the location, but they just pass through on their way somewhere.
need someone who's able to tell the difference between good and bad.
Kind of sounds exactly like her Queen Mary experience. They want you to believe there's no God.
Like I said, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because God is the, like, as powerful as, like, we are.
You touch that?
No, I had my hand here the entire time. Bruh.
That just went off.
That just went fuck off.
Did it die?
It might have, but I wasn't.
This camera is brand new. It should have a better battery life.
Yeah.
I've gone through 3 batteries.
You know one place we haven't explored yet? Lizzie Borden's house after she got free.
Maplecroft.
What if we go and explore that real quick, wait for the spirits to get back and comfortable now that the evil thing is gone, and then we come back and see if we can talk to Maggie one more time?
Most spirits don't want to come back to a bad time in their life, so Lizzie Borden, knowing that this house was basically a prison for her, obviously wouldn't be here. We haven't gotten in contact with her, and she lives right up the road.
This is true. If her second house after she was freed of the murders, you know, not unconvicted, the let loose, etc.
So weird how she lives so close to where she murdered her parents?
Yeah, why would you want to stay here?
Like 4-minute drive, and we're about to get up to her newest house. Like, why would you want to live here?
She did murder them for money, you know what I mean? So how close could they have been? Pretty much she got her goal and she got to move to the part of town that she wanted to live in.
If the entire town ostracized you and thought you were like a horrible person for it,
why would you stay in
why would you want to stay?
And wouldn't you be kind of traumatized to know that, you know, you committed a murder right literal 1 mile away, like where you're like living the rest of your life?
You're just psycho.
Definitely looks a little bit nicer than the other estate. I'm honestly thinking that like John, Morse, and Lizzie didn't give a fuck, but Maggie was the only one that really felt bad for her.
Well, even when I walked into her room before I knew which room it was, I said she just has the most remorse, the most amount of guilt over anything. So clearly, she had a conscience.
One thing that also makes you know that she regretted it is she tried to like peace out as far away as possible. Everyone else stayed in this area. She legit got away with murder.
She did.
That's crazy.
I don't feel anything in this house.
Shows you that like there's like places that are literally like completely free of spirits.
Where is Lizzie? Did she pass on, you know?
Well, okay, this is what I would say. If you guys don't think Lizzie is here, it is 3 a.m. Holy shit, I did that perfectly. It's 3 a.m. on the dot. We gave some time for the spirits to come back to the house. What do you guys say we go back and do one more little seance in the basement? Because we've talked about that, hyped it up. I think it'd be fun just to go down there. We don't have to stay it for long.
Did feel the creepiest.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was the gnarliest room in the entire house.
I think it'd be awesome, and it'd be cool to see if we can finally talk to Maggie, because we were so close with her.
There's no way there'd be any electrical energy on a freaking...
Well, look at this.
Oh my god, yeah, just like right around here.
Middle of where we're sitting.
Perfect.
Interesting.
Alright, now we know.
I hate it here.
Why?
I just feel so
You said that too.
uncomfortable.
You said that too. What's down here that's so different?
Just like makes me feel uncomfortable.
I also hate it down here. I can
Yeah.
feel somebody standing behind me.
I know, I literally was
That's what
thinking
I was
that. I was
about to
just
say.
thinking that and I
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
cannot. I hate it. It
Can you
freaks me
need
out.
to chillax?
It
When-
freaks me out, dude.
Just wanted to note that when you said something moved to behind you, this went half. It was at 30 and now it's at 18. This is where the alleged murderer hid the murder weapon, which we think is an axe head that was recently broke off.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
The camera's moving.
It was?
You hear
Yeah.
that? Listen. It's creaking.
Out.
She's doing her weird, like...
It stopped creaking.
Like it was like twisting or
It
something?
was moving.
These spirits down here that want to communicate with us, it's our last chance, or your last chance to talk to us. You can talk to us through our device right here, or make a noise, make yourself known in any way you can. We're not here to hurt you, we're not here to scare you at all. We just want to know that you guys can talk to us. So give us a sign if you're here.
So the camera does sound and look a bit like it's moving, yeah?
I think I'm seeing something. But
What?
like, the camera looks like it's moving back and forth, but maybe I'm just blind. Maggie,
I mean, it does
Lizzie,
seem like it is.
Andrew, they're not down here.
Yeah.
So what is?
Something negative.
What was that?
It's a drop. A water drop.
Is there any other sign that you can give us? You want to talk to us? Who are you?
We're not welcome down here.
Yeah, my heart's starting to like pick up for no reason.
I'm getting heart
Are you?
Yeah,
palpitations.
same. I was like, ooh.
What? Everybody?
The blood of Jesus Christ covers us. We are holy. You are not welcome to come with us. You are not welcome to come near us. You cannot communicate with us anymore, ever again. You're not allowed to acknowledge us. You're not allowed to talk to us.
Watch the left lights as Amanda talks to the demons. Are we saying the exit lights? Or?
Do not come near us. Right. We gotta leave.
We have to leave?
Did it get darker in here?
Do not come.
So,
You're
what's
not allowed
happening?
to acknowledge us. You're not allowed to talk to us. Do not come near us.
What am I watching?
Acknowledge us with us anymore, ever again. You're not allowed to acknowledge us.
I guess I'm watching the exit light here, is it?
You're not allowed to talk to us.
See, I don't think that's flickering though. Let's go frame by frame a second. I can't tell if that's flickering or if the camera's just trying to focus on it.
Come near us. Right. We gotta leave.
Because it's still doing it now.
We have to leave?
Did it get darker in here or am I...
That's what I thought.
Okay, I was gonna say it got like...
Oh wait, it did.
Yeah, it got really dark.
Yeah, because as I mean, you look at it here, unrelated to the demons. As he moves his head and the camera tries to refocus, like we've obviously got an adaptive focus on, because her face is also dropping in and out of focus as she moves.
Okay, I was gonna say it got like...
Oh wait, it did.
Yeah, it got really dark in
I
here.
think that turned off.
We should leave.
Unless was there a light?
This could be the best part.
Here's the thing. I totally understand that what you guys do is your job, but you guys are messing something that's bigger than yourselves. If you wanted to
Was there a
do
cut
it
there?
is your job, but you guys are messing something that's bigger than
There was a cut there. They cut something in the middle of what she was saying.
yourselves. If you want to do it for views, I respect that. For me, I live with this on a daily basis. You're not gonna get anything beneficial. It's not gonna give you that.
You know what it is?
Yes.
In his ear.
Yes.
Well, what is it?
Did it leave when you told it to?
No.
Brilliant.
Yo!
No.
There's a fucking, a fucking shadow just went, see this like window right here? A fucking
What just
shadow
happened?
just went like that, boom.
That made me jump slightly.
You see that to the other window?
No.
There's a fucking, a fucking shadow just went, see, yo!
No.
There's a,
When you told it to?
Also, there's just a head of an axe on the floor there that she stood on.
yo!
No.
Also, what are we seeing? I'm just going frame by frame, see if there's any noticeable movement. I'm going to turn my ring light off for a second, so you probably won't be able to see much of me, purely because I can't see that top corner of the screen with it on as clear as I'd like to. Nothing moving at the moment. And whatever it is, he has just spotted. Could it have been her moving her head? Yeah. Oh yeah. So he's reacting to something, but there's nothing that I see.
Yo!
No.
There's a fucking, a fucking shadow just went, see this like window right here? A fucking shadow just went like that, boom.
Window.
You see that to the other room
I am
over
confused by the red tint. I don't know where the red tint's coming
there? Where we were
from.
standing and talking, boom, we went,
Yeah.
I feel like they've done that to try and make it creepier.
like right when you said that.
That no, wait.
Shit.
That is where the creaks were.
Yeah, there's a red LED they're using for the light on their camera. Which, fine, I don't know why they're...
Stas was literally just talking about the face over there.
Yeah.
I want us to go see this right now.
Yeah, it was,
I'm shaking too. I was like walking forward.
is that where
Yeah.
you thought you saw it?
That's why I said we need to leave. Tell you I had physical reactions. We need to get the fuck out.
153.
Well, yeah, because again, he just randomly shouted and jumped, and you're startled. That's not...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My heart's beating really fast too.
Yes, because you all just got jump scared by dickhead there. I can't remember his name. Sam and/or Colby.
I just got chills.
Because jump scare, again.
I see it too. Sam out.
Okay.
We need to get out of here. Fuck out. Yeah, no.
What did you see?
See how you can see the light from this room barely? From the red, I know like our light is on, but
Yes.
you can barely see like another light's on in there.
Yeah.
The entire light disappeared.
Right.
Like just like a giant like big object moved.
Well, do you know which one he is, the
across
name?
it,
Is that
just
Sam or
completely
Colby?
blocked, like,
Because
the
I
flame.
literally, like, I thought it looked like this, like light going back, like by
I think it's
behind you like
Colby.
this.
Yeah.
But there was something behind you too.
Before that happened, I still feel it now, but my heart's like racing, and that is a rare thing for me to like get.
He's the one I actually like.
Like anxiety over something like this, but like I just started feeling nervous as we started.
I don't like Sam as much. I don't dislike him, but Colby's the one that feels more believable to me.
She was just like, it is over there too.
Oh fuck!
I told you
Yeah,
guys like 30 seconds before. Hey, we're done. And then we wait 30 more seconds and shit hits the fan.
It's crazy.
Can we please turn the stupid red light off? It's really distracting.
That's cool.
Rarely see anything. Like when we do these adventures, it's like we usually just like hear stuff, or sometimes like, you know, we've had things fall over and stuff like that. But like actually seeing like a shadow person or figure, that was crazy.
That's terrifying.
The fact that everyone's heart started racing
Because he jump scared you.
and then chills everywhere, and then her heart is like 160 beats per minute. You think it was the same thing here in this room, in the dining room, as it was downstairs, or different
It
things?
was different. This one was harder.
And as we close our eyes, that's when the lights descend.
I bet that's on the camera, like super creepily.
None of us were touching the camera.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking shit! You heard that, right?
Yes.
That was not any of us.
I like how Colby takes cover behind the other two women there.
Fucking shit. You
Some
heard
loud
that,
noise, and
right?
he's suddenly like at the back, cowering behind them, whereas she's gone like ultra defensive.
Yes.
That was not any of us.
Was that in the dining room?
Yeah. We just referenced that shit.
Dude, no. My heart is palpitating.
One thing I will say about, I've already forgotten her name, psychic, mystic, magic, Meg, mystic Meg. What's she called? Fucking. I genuinely do not know. Anyone remember her name? I'm going to forget my point. I need to find her name. Amanda. Yes. She's very brave. I mean, you look at earlier when she just ran upstairs chasing the demon. There were no lights on. She was just storming through the dark. They were trying to keep up. Like now she's gone and stared off into a dark room. I don't know if I'd necessarily do that. You know, with the camera and light source staying somewhere else while I just zoomed off on my own in the haunted house. I'd probably not.
Do you see this? Like the green, if this was us that like turned it on, it would have been a motion sensor right here.
We walked this way and turned green, but then it turned green.
So it would have had to have been someone in there.
Something in there.
Something was in there.
What?
Yeah.
She's in the dining room where the light just turned on.
The light just turned on?
The light just turned up.
Turned on.
Oh, okay.
You have to be that far in for it to go off. So that means there was 100% something in here.
in here walking around.
100%. I'm just like.
Yeah.
Shocked
Yeah.
at that green light thing.
That doesn't make any sense.
There's just no denying it.
Because like
flat
you would
out.
have had to, I was 3 feet in there
Yeah.
before it turned on. So that means something would have had to been in there to turn on the
And
green light.
I walked past here, and I was like, "Oh, it's dark." And then walked past there, it was like
Light.
it turned on, and you were
Yeah,
just like, "Oh."
I was like, I didn't go in there.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
There must have been. I'll agree with that. Why?
All right, guys, as you can.
Why? What? Why? Why? Why did they feel the need to do me like that with a jump scare? I've got to go to sleep after this, man. Fuck me.
You can see the sun is rising. It's what, like 5 a.m. right now?
4:52 a.m. My thing literally says sleep well because we're supposed to be sleeping.
Oh my
5
god.
a.m. This is one of the latest investigations we've ever done.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna try to still get some sleep here, but just wanted to show them.
We survived the night.
We survived the night. We stayed all night.
If we can sleep.
They made it overnight. After some more research, we came to our conclusion. Okay.
Yesterday, you kept bringing up that there was like a butcher's knife, but we couldn't figure out what it meant. And then we found out something today. What'd you find out?
It's literally been driving me insane. Even today, I just haven't been able to get it out of my head, so I googled it. This is the first thing that pops up. Massachusetts author may crack Lizzie Borden murder case. And the most interesting note, Morse was also a butcher. Morse is the uncle who I was saying the entire time I believes he's who killed him. And Little, who's the author, believes he used a meat cleaver to kill the Bordens.
And again, before we even got to the place, you said that.
So a meat cleaver would work as a butcher's knife. Yeah, I mean that is a butcher's knife. And it would work as a axe or hatchet style.
Like Abby found you beforehand
Yeah.
and said that it was more, or she said the word Morse.
I guess that they really have no idea. The mystery
Yeah.
surrounding this is so crazy.
Exactly. I mean, if there was only Lizzie, the maid, and John Morse around and they were all in on it together for the money, then obviously the story is going to be mixed up. But I think it was John Morse. Case closed.
From someone who speaks to the dead, it was John Morse, no doubt.
Wow. That's crazy.
Guys, this is just day one of our adventure. Next up, The Conjuring House.
Oh,
one of the most famous houses.
I will be watching that at some point this week because I'm intrigued by that one, but it was like an hour and a half and I didn't think I had that in me tonight.
This is in the United States for being extremely haunted. They have
Demonic.
3 movies about this.
If you guys want to see this, get this video to 100,000 likes and we will drop it as soon as it hits that number.
Tell a friend, like the video, let's get it. Make sure to go follow these lovely ladies. All the links will be in the description. See you guys next time with another one.
Hope you enjoyed.
Adios.
Peace.
So, what are we, who do you think murdered, who do you think murdered Lizzie's parents? Fuck me, the angles. Who do you think murdered Lizzie's parents? What does everyone think of the investigation, the house, etc.? Let me know. I've got mixed thoughts. I still don't like the psychic. She's not my favourite. Let's have a read of some comments. How old was who? Lizzie Borden? I want to say I said she was 32. Yeah, they didn't get a lot. I mean, they had a few bits, but most of it seemed to be the psychic going, something's happening, there's things going on. I think Lizzie was 32 is what I think I said. She wasn't young. That's weird, 'cause I thought she was as well. Yeah, I thought she was going to be like 18, 19. A lot of people in the comments really want Amanda back for all of the videos. They think she really adds to it. Yeah, I also think she makes it a bit less believable. I don't think she's that bad, don't get me wrong. She's not overwhelming. I just don't believe her. I don't buy her. And that just really takes away from it for me. Like, she's an entertaining personality, but I'm not here for entertaining personalities necessarily. I'm here for evidence. Which I guess that is another point where this stands of, is this more of an entertainment video or an actual full-on ghost investigation video? Yeah. Yeah. I decided to watch this again and I realised Amanda was describing the entity. I went back and saw something in the corner of the room. Where?
So if you want to share with us, now's your opportunity. Make it go up for yes and down.
I know you can't see what I'm looking at. I mean, they've had a few bits. I just think the last couple we watched have been... I went back to... let's just put this back on the screen. I went back to 3149 and saw something like that in the corner of the room in the mirror. In this mirror. Oh, that there.
So if you...
Well, that's just something in the mirror. That's just something in the corner of the room, I think. I don't think there's anything.
Want to share with us? Now's your opportunity. Make it go.
There's nothing particularly spooky about that. I would love to get a shot of that though. That's the green room they went back to at the end, isn't it? Where they went in to test the... Where were we? Here?
An motion sensor right here.
Walked this way and it turned green, but then it turned green.
Turned it on, it would have been a motion. Like,
My heart is vomiting.
do you see this? Like the green. If this was us, that like turned.
That's the corner of the room there. And to be fair, I don't see anything that looks similar to the... So there's a curtain, a bookshelf, and there's something in the corner, but I don't think it looks anything like... Fuck me, was I that far down?
So...
Oh no, it's the curtain. That's the side shot. Okay, that's... Looking at it again, that's not quite in the corner. That's the side angle of the curtain from the... Just it's an angle. Cool. That's just that's a curtain rail. Never mind. Good. Bit of debunking there. So yeah, with that, I'm going to end my stream there. Hour and a half stream. 50-minute video because for some reason I paused too much. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go chill out for a bit before I go to sleep. Because I'm not going straight to sleep after that because I got jump scared too many times. Yeah, hope you all have a good evening. I will see you all... What day is it? Probably tomorrow. I'll probably stream tomorrow night. Yeah. Peace.